within him to pursue social justice and to work with youth. He has spent over 8 years in the mental health and academic counseling fields and currently works as an outpatient therapist at the Middle Peninsula Northern Neck Community Services Board. He is an active member of the Richmond Association of Black Social Workers. He founded Creative Medicine Healing Through Words, an expressive writing program for offenders. He implemented this program at the Northern Neck Regional Jail in Warsaw, Virginia for 6 months before expanding the program into a company. The company's mission is to improve participants' social, emotional, and physical health through therapeutic writing and dialogue. He has also authored and published our books, including Nelson Beats the Odds, Tamika's New Dress, Nelson Beats the Odds Compendium 1, and Rest in Peace, Rashawn. In 2015, he developed the Nelson Beats the Odds Comic Creator app to help young people celebrate their strengths and feel good about themselves. He has been featured on Fox and Friends Weekend, Michaela, NPR, Understood.org, and NBC 12 News. And now it is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you your graduation speaker for this evening, Mr. Ronnie Sidney II.
Thank you everyone. First, I would like to show some love to the graduates here, and I want the crowd to give them the loudest round of applause you can. I know that path wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy, so, you know, so far this is probably the most lit graduation I've ever attended, so, you know, we're gonna make today special, right? So I entitled today's speech, Finding Nelson. Nelson is my middle name and is also the name of my first book. So I entitled it Finding Nelson because it took me about 20 years before I found my purpose and my passion, and I was able to use it to make a career for myself. But I want to take myself back. I want to take you all back to my 8th grade year. In 8th grade, I had a pre-algebra teacher. We was in class goofing off, acting up, and someone threw a spitball at the board. And I remember the teacher getting so mad, he just stopped. And he said, "None of you all are going to college." And my face looked just like this man's right here. It's like, what? A teacher really said that to the students in the class? But I wasn't shocked, because for me, I always felt he didn't think we were going to college, but for him to actually say it, it was shocking. But instead of that discouraging me, I use it to encourage me. And I want you all sitting out there, not just the graduates, but you all in the audience, to use some of that discouragement for encouragement. So for me in that moment, I told myself that I was going to college. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I knew I was going to get there. So I'm going to do a little call and response. So I want you to turn to your neighbor, and I want you to tell your neighbor to find yourself.
Find neighbor. Find yourself.
And no disrespect. We all gotta find ourselves. And there's some grandparents in the room too that's probably still looking. So, in finding yourself, I want you to ask the question to yourself: who am I? Who am I spiritually? I also want you to think about who you are intellectually. What are your intellectual gifts? Do you plan on going to college? Do you plan on going out and getting a job? What do you plan on doing intellectually? Also physically, because taking care of your mind and your body is very important.
All right.
Socially, who are you socially? How many of you have taken a Myers-Briggs personality test? Raise your hand. I want you all to go home And I want everyone to look up Myers-Briggs personality test. I want you to take that test. I took that test in high school, and I'm telling you, it was so accurate. I mean, down to the T, that it really showed me what path that I was going to be on. And I'm actually on the path that that personality test told me that I was going to be on. I want you to turn to your neighbor, and I want you to tell your neighbor to find your way. The path that I was on, it wasn't laid out in front of me. I had to find my way. Some of you are on the path right now, you may be uncertain. When I graduated high school, for one, I don't know how I graduated high school with a 1.8 GPA. I should have stayed back another year and got that up. So when I came out of high school, I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't know where I was going. I couldn't get into any universities because no one accepted a 1.8 GPA, so I enrolled in community college. No one told me how to enroll in community college. In fact, I didn't even know what a GPA was until my 12th grade year. So I had to find my way. There's 4 questions that I want you all to think about, seniors and graduates. What makes you come alive? What is it that gets you up in the morning? Because after the day, nothing is going to get you up in the morning except for your drive and your passion. It's not going to be mama saying, hey, wake up for school, or daddy, telling you to get up for school. It's going to be you waking yourself up, motivating yourself. But what's going to make you come alive? What are your innate strengths? What are you good at? What do you do well? Where do you add your greatest value? Is it in engineering? Is it in auto mechanics? Is it in nursing? Anybody want to go into nursing? A few? Is it in cutting hair? So we need some barbers. In fact, I can use one right now. Ladies doing hair. How will you measure yourself? It's important. It's important for you to measure yourself. It's important for you to set standards and set expectations to measure your progress. I want you to turn to your neighbor and I want you to tell your neighbor, find your team. Now this side over here ain't with me. I need y'all to turn to your neighbors and I want you to say, find your team. I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm a Gar-Field fan too. I see the twins. I see you twins. I see y'all. But I think about Kevin Durant. Everyone gave Kevin Durant a hard time. I thought he was coming to DC, but Kevin Durant chose to go to Golden State. And I couldn't blame him. I couldn't fault him. Because Kevin Durant found a team that he could win with. Okay. And graduates, I encourage you to find yourself a good team that you're going to win with. Blackburn. I remember when Kevin Durant won the MVP award, and his mother was on stage with him, and he turned to his mother. He was tearful. She was tearful. He said that you are the real MVP. I think about my mom. My mom was my star player. My mom died in May from cancer, unexpectedly. My mother was my biggest cheerleader. Even when I was in special ed, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was getting D's and F's on my report card. Even when those teachers was calling my house once or twice a week. And the school bus driver. I didn't even know the school bus driver had my number, but he was calling my mom too. But my mother never gave up on me. She was my biggest cheerleader. And to know that she's not here physically, but she's here with me spiritually. And it's important because some of you all may have lost parents, lost brothers, lost loved ones along your journey. And the further you go, you're going to lose some more people. So it's important for you all to find that team. Who's supporting you? Who can you go to for support? Some of your former teachers, my former special education teacher is still on my team. I graduated high school in 2001. I took her class in about 1996. And it went like this. My mother was jealous of her. That's how bad it was. But I still call her. She's on my team. I want the parents to stand up real quick. The parents, guardians, I want y'all to stand up real quick. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. I want to thank the parents and thank the guardians for raising some beautiful, intelligent, talented young people. When they walk across the stage today, they're not walking across the stage by themselves. You're walking across that stage with them. And please, that red tape is there for a reason, so none of y'all physically need to come up here and walk with them. But y'all walk with them. And I know some of those days were rough. Some of those days you felt like slapping them. Some of those days, some of y'all might have cussed them out. Every day. But it was all to get them to this point right here, today. So I want to encourage you all. I want to challenge you all. Don't let today be it. Don't throw your book bag away. I want to see you all do something with your life. Everybody's not fit for college, I understand. But I want you to challenge yourself to do something. Trade school, entrepreneurship, internship, mentorship. Find something. Find a way that you can use your talents. The thing that I hate most, because I'm a therapist too, and I work with court-involved kids, and that's a really challenging population to work with. But every day I see them, I'm motivated and I encourage them, because every day is a new day. Every day is a new start. Don't even worry about what happened in high school. That's dead right now. It's about what you're going to do going forward. Thank you all for your time. You're a beautiful audience.
Good evening. Graduates, congratulations. You did it.